Have you ever bought some decent cameras and realized their battery life just is not there? I'm going to tell you about a story of what caused me to buy extra batteries. Alright, Campy here. Hey, so basically, I ran into a situation, and if you look back at one of my previous or multiple videos, I was in Korea and having a blast, me and my wife, visiting family, doing all kinds of activities. My Sony has a rechargeable brick with a single battery, and I left it in Korea. So what happened was, well, I left it in Korea, and I got here and they said, hey, do you want us to ship it to you? And it was going to be 30 or 40 bucks, probably just to ship a little rechargeable brick. And I said, you know what, don't worry about it. Camera's got one battery in it, we'll see how it goes. So what I ended up doing is researching and looking for this Powerextra, which fits these batteries. And what do I mean by these batteries? I mean these batteries. I purchased one set for the Canon, I purchased one set for the Sony A5100, and while I was on the site, I noticed that they were $22 and some change, $23, $22.99. At the time of this video, and actually at the time of my purchase, they were $22.99. Well, I looked and said, you know what, I wonder what the batteries will cost for this camera here, the Canon EOS M50. I heard some reviews that everyone loved the battery life on the A5100, but they didn't like it on the Canon M50. So I said, what the hell, let's research. And I researched, and guess what? $22.99, same price. So I decided that while I got the Sony batteries, I'd buy my Canon batteries. So instead of basically using my standard brick, I've decided that I will go ahead and purchase these and have them shipped to me. So I purchased these some months ago, and I always wanted to do a review on them because I think they're basically wonderful. And I'll tell you why. So basically, I have the two cases, the two chargers here. Let me show you. All right. So without further ado, this is the guy that came with the camera. It's a single charge, a little flip out, right? That's it. Plugs into the wall, charges the single one. You're done. So this is what I originally went to purchase. This is the one for my Sony A5100. As you can tell here, just like as I'll show you here in the other, you have the Powerextra battery, and I have my original battery that comes with the Sony. Here's your original case here. You have two channels. I'll show that here in a second when it's charged up or when it's charging. And what's really cool is you have two options. You basically have this option here, which you can pull this USB out, plug it straight in to your computer, to your USB hub, whatever. And then if you put this back real quick, you have another USB micro connection, not another, but a micro connection. So what you can do is take a cable. This one basically is one of those cool little light chasing style, but you got the micro and you also got your iPhone variant. So what we'll do is we will plug this in, and then basically the screen initially lit up, which I didn't capture because I flipped the screen for some reason, but what we have here is basically channel 1, channel 2. What I like about these guys right here is this is a 1500 milliamp battery. Plug that in, and how about we plug it in properly? There you go. And then once we get this to focus here for a second, you will see that channel 1 is now charging. So basically, looking at these two devices while you see these guys charge, this guy's not plugged in, but this is also a dual charge, two different batteries, and don't need that there. So larger battery, smaller battery, came with the camera. basically results in longer record times. So basically I have 3 batteries for both cameras now, and now I have a charger for both. The original charger, I can keep that just in case if I need it, but for the most part that guy is gone. I only need these 2. And again, really cool feature, both of them has a USB that you can pull out and plug directly into your computer or your USB hub or whatever, and then you got the micro that you can plug in wherever you need to, maybe a longer cable, maybe you got these set up somewhere else where you have the cable and it's longer, because this guy's cable's quite short. So what are we talking about? We're talking about $22.99. Nothing, I believe, for 2 extra batteries that are more powerful than what are in the cameras, for both my cameras, that guy and this guy. And I've seen nothing but pretty much good reviews. And in fact, if you go onto Amazon, which I'm looking down here, obviously, 210 ratings, and basically overall 4.7 out of 5 stars. You can't really go wrong with that. It's been out for quite a few years, a couple years now, and probably there's 100 variations of this coming out of China, Korea, wherever, that have these features or capabilities. And maybe there's some better batteries out there that have better charge. But so far, again, I got the battery in this camera. It's holding up great. I've already used it once or twice before. Originally, the Sony camera, 875 milliamp hours. Yeah. And then the 1200. I mean, not quite double, but huge difference. So this camera runs a whole lot longer, a whole lot better, and you get a total of 3. You get a total of 2, but the one that came with the camera, you now have 3. Same thing basically with my Sony. What do I think? Anything that gives me more memory that I can charge memory, anything that can give me more power, that can give me longer record times, because we all know sometimes I just blah 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 and it goes on for hours and hours and hours and I have to cut and edit. It really doesn't go for hours and hours, but my point is there's a lot. Anybody who's done this video type thing knows that you overshoot and cut to try and fit your whole video. I'm learning that. I'm getting better at it. I've got some improvements I obviously still need to do, but for the most part, I'm pretty good at what I'm doing at this level. Not an expert, but I think I'm okay. My final thoughts on this. It's perfect. I love it. It works for me. It does exactly what I need it to do. The charger charges relatively quickly. I haven't basically depleted a battery completely to give you the exact amount of time, but all right, so look at that. 5 hours later. 5 hours later, it finally finished charging. So I do know how long it takes to charge a full battery. But it does 2 batteries at once, single USB type cable. I charge all 3 up. I don't use all 3 throughout the day. If I did, I'd probably run out of memory first on my cards before I'd run out of battery juice. They work exactly as designed. Nothing super cool, overly overt about or crazy about the actual battery. I mean, it's a battery. You charge it, you put it in. One of the things I may do is maybe a year from now or some change down the road, if something changes, what I'll do is I will do a long-term review on this. Thanks again. Peace. Stay safe out there, everyone. We're still in the middle of this COVID-19, and everyone stay healthy, stay safe.